Minnesota is home to the highest populations of Somalis outside of the country itself.
Three close friends from the Twin Cities think because of that, all Minnesotans should know more about the country of Somalia. As Susan-Elizabeth Littlefield shows us, it took extreme measures for them to make that connection.
The bright towers that mark the Minneapolis skyline hosted many a story of friendship, of food, of coffee, of love.
Nice to see you again.
From Cedar Riverside and beyond, Somalia is a pivotal part of Minnesota's story.
When we lived in Elliott Park and play soccer with Somali folks, this is probably my first interaction with the community.
Growing up, Ethan Miller and Simon Troutman knew many Somalis live in Minnesota, but it wasn't until they went to college at North Central in the early 2000s that they got to know their Somali neighbors, who became Somali friends.
Not necessarily because I'm different, because I wear hijab. It's just that one-on-one human connection.
Sacido Shai was born in Somalia, educated in Minnesota. After college, she started a nonprofit, after-school mentoring programs for children of Somali descent. 10 years ago, a friend connected her with a young lawyer named Simon.
The ink was still wet on my law degree, which you should be their lawyer. And so that was the basis of our friendship and my deeper connection to the Somali community.
The three became friends, taking on each other's highs and lows after Saicido's uncle in Somalia died from not having enough water.
This is the first time in my life that a famine had ever involved people that I knew. Together,
they decided they needed to do something, so the three of them flew to Somalia. Ethan documented the journey.
And I have my two friends, Simon and Ethan.
When they got to Somalia, they toured the damage to see the famine, what it left behind, what it took away.
I mean, it would probably be like us going to Lake of the Isles and it being just not there, non-existent. The effects of that on their livestock was a huge thing.
They toured a hospital destroyed by explosives and met a doctor who's working to help the country recover. And that's what they say moved the most.
There's a lot of Somalis from the Twin Cities that are in Somalia or in Kenya doing work.
So they decided to do some work too, taking their experience and video footage back to Minnesota to their friends. They were able to raise enough support to send $128,000 in medical supplies and 250,000 meals.
They're not just a lost cause. There's hope there. They need help.
A journey they say they'll keep sharing. Neighbors, understanding one another's differences, only to realize what they have in common.
And we all are interconnected in somehow, some way, because of that human-to-human connection.
Susan-Elizabeth Littlefield, WCCO 4 News.
The three plan to return to Somalia, and we have information on our website if you'd like to support their efforts.